Sierra Leone's ever-growing youthful population still continues to grapple with high rates of unemployment and other challenges. Despite the enormous challenges, young people are still working on realizing their potential. With emerging entrepreneurs and innovators, Youth Encounter on Star Television and Radio is a program that showcases successful young people, discuss the challenges, and provide recommendations. Join Mohammed Basir Sanusi PM. It's Youth Encounter on Star TV on Channel 21.
Fambul Naswaga, welcome to Youth Encounter. They come to you live on Star TV on Channel 21. Live from Media One Center Studios, now 3 Mama Street Brookfields inside Freetown on Channel 21. Inside both the test transmission at Channel 41 and McKinney now Channel 33. Online at the internet broadcast now www.startvsl.com. Me now presenter Mohamed Basiru Sanusi. And we create talk for tell until we say, you know, we take dark for direct dark. Now all the light you will take for do that. Inside the encounter today, I get Abdul Kabia, a youth activist and also the head of media and communications now invest in young people. Abdul, nice to get you inside the encounter.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm very pleased for the year today. And I'm sure say we talk about young people an issue where we feel say if we continue for the talk and find better solution, then Salon will become a better place.
Because the law say ask for you right, not first for you right.
Certainly.
And I also get Emmerson Kamara, we now the Young Generation Secretary General for the Sierra People's Party. And I want to welcome you inside the encounter and congratulations to you, the rest of your party, and to retired Brigadier Julius Madabio.
Yeah, thank you very much. And family, I want to say thank you and we appreciate the honor we get for rule this country for the interest of the people, not we.
Anytime you can the encounter, you be very certain say when I will form the next government and now they don't come to light now. What do they keep you going?
First of all, you forget message. When you get a message, you win elections. And we thought and fit say as a political party, when we don't be in opposition and also study what exactly the people they want, then you build a message. Your message are the needs of the people. And once you tell the people, they give them hope that with me we'll get a better Sierra Leone. With me we'll get a change, a turnaround in a direction wherein everybody as a whole in the country go benefit. So hence once you put them messages together and the needs of the people, then we'll be maybe quite sure that election come, the next president is retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, and that don't happen today because he really get a package of what he intends for do for the people of this country. Okay,
when I came for those now, the name now Emmerson Kamara, the Young Generation Secretary General for the SLPP, and I see also get Abdul Kabia, a youth activist and also the head of media and communications now invest in young people. Now let's take on a memory back 2016 inside the International Youth Day. We get interviews then we will do. But because of time, the material will be so long, we don't cut them down to few. I just want to go and read from Madabio and the way our President, His Excellency, and also Dr. Dumbia, Dr. Springer Trust, Fatima Jabibio, and from the Blackstreet family. We want to come back, we'll take discussion from there.
I believe absolutely that nobody is prepared to take on the development of any nation without adequate education. I talk about adequate education because I think that quality education is the basis, is needed by everybody to be able to do personal and national development. The youths of today should be able to have the quality of education necessary to equip them with the knowledge and skills to be able to take over society. So it is my ardent belief that it is our responsibility to make sure that we give them the wherewithal, and education is paramount. And when I talk about education, I'm not just sticking to the academic aspect of education. I'm also talking about the technical and vocational, and where necessary, we should make sure that there's universal education for everybody so that at least we have a society that is literate to a certain extent.
As somebody who's been disabled from the age of 5, who worked hard through education to get to myself to the level where I am with independence, I see no other way other than through education. Young people with disabilities needs to be educated, and it's not just all formal education. You need to be aware of the world that you live in. You need to be able to have knowledge. You need to be able to invest in acquiring knowledge so that at the end of the day you are well empowered to live an independent and powerful life in your community. That's my message, that youth needs to invest time and money in their education.
I think there's a lot of things that we need to do for the young girls in Sierra Leone. I think the education has to be more revamped, and the young girls need to understand. They need to understand the process of being a teenager to being an adult. And I don't know how to put it, because when I talk about the way girls should live in Sierra Leone, people think, okay, you're talking as a Western woman. But I believe a child should be allowed to be a child, while a woman then be a woman.
Plenty thank you to His Excellency, now elect, retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, for Grand Winner Interview Day, August 2016. We talk about education and skills training. And also Dr. Dumbia, we the chairman for Freedom Church Home and the CEO for DST. Talk about disabled people and how we forget education about young people. And Fatima Jaribi, we talk about education, discipline, and also teenage pregnancy. Black Street Family tell you about food, shelter, and clothing. And just a file we will take from 2016. Later we'll get for take a file from 2017. We'll get from Ali Kaba and somebody from the United Nations. Abdul Kabia, let me start with the discussion now. We get a new administration, you know, in the pipeline. And today we see the president-elect, His Excellency Madabio, call PS and other people from different MDAs telling say this is transition time and all. But let us see I can set a committee of 12 men, do the work and all. But young people now one of the things we campaign with. Talk about the youth investment fund, other things, the sports, say the sports for play. Talk about creative art industry. It emphasized on education from 2016 to now, and emphasis on education. When you advise to the new administration, and how will take on from there?
Well, thank you so much. And one thing we need to say, for start with, Sierra Leone is all we have. And if we believe in us alone we get, no more we get, we need for ensure say we put all we energy for ensure say we develop Sierra Leone positively for the better. Inside the manifesto, it tell you say young people are untrained and they lack the skills, the required skills for let them better off. And now something very clearly, the same way to tell you say Sierra Leone's population is mostly youthful. So you get them young people and they between 15 to 35. So what they tell you say, then kind set of people, if we empower them fully, we ensure that they get what is necessary for let them live up to the normal life, it will be good for them. Same way so inside the manifesto, it tells you the mismatch of academic causes is as a result of the widespread unemployment who gets in Sierra Leone. So meaning, if young people are unemployed, then it will lead to various problems in society. Issue again for the security, peace. Because young people are not getting nothing for do. Go engage in things that way counterproductive. We for inspire young people and for let them believe in themselves. Say they go able to do something great. So now what we expectations and sky high as young people in this country. But I believe so with collaborative effort, with effective implementation, where we not see prior. If we see that in this regime, I feel say we're good for young people then. Because the documents are there, fantastic documents, for improve the lives of young people. But what thing we fail for do now the implementation process, there was a wide gap between talking and doing. So now this regime for walk the talk. Make sure say all waiting and put into black and white, for come into reality, for reflect the needs, the interest of young people. education are the key. Education are things where I believe say for be a priority. We need for improve the educational life of Sierra Leone, because again, education are a relative term. So it will be relatively good if we ensure say we broaden the rise, we broaden the scope for let we make sure say each and every Sierra Leonean get education, either the formal or the non-formal aspect. Because we now invest in young people, we don't make them a very good priority, a focal target, or a focus way, like primary focus. Education and skills development, they go hand in glove. In other words, you just say that they intertwine, and they work closely. So we need for ensure say the areas here, we strengthen them, we ensure say we young people them, we education, we tell in line with the needs of the job market, because there should be a relationship between the work life and the school, the university, because now then they prepare them professionals here for coming to the society, the universe, from various disciplines, where then go don't get acquired in skills, where then go don't get something good. So we need for ensure that relationship do the work effectively. Private and public investment go also help with young people them for let them thrive like our
and this go reduce the way we can bring experts in the country.
Certainly.
So we not get the requisite skill for taking our office there as young people in. I'll bring you back, Abdul Kabia, a youth activist and also the head of media, now invest in young people. Emmerson Kamara, on a campaign throughout, and you have to be a young man. You know the young generation Secretary General of the SLPP. Now, when a party don't come in governance, you know, actually called the same chair students will be there, gets a bitter argument with PYA, the then PYA, Ali Conte of the APC, and Hassan Kanu Yacan be una referee. If you didn't mean to you talk and so now carry on for win, your life will change. The expectation is high. Everybody they expect say una can do something better than the campaign. How want to take away from there?
Definitely. Luckily for we get a president we don't want steady. Now that make we find all the necessary strength and zeal for support them as a party. First of all, for make it be the flag bearer. Then again, we campaign behind them because we actually know exactly what in a capable for do. We will not say always get the country at heart, as the case may be. So what side we did now, a point we are in, because first of all, the government way they right now, the government way want a very peaceful country, you understand, and from the day we them pronounce some president, it make them very clear that in a president of this country, so we hope for see a peaceful country. When we get a peaceful country, we get a transition from the past regime to we now the present regime, then and obviously we get time for waste, because it geared up already. This is not somebody we a no say na the next president, and he be non gear up and he want for come and deliver what he don't promise to this nation. You understand? We talk about education, this not like how they ask. Trust me, we they are the last 10, and you as you've been saying, now young people and they are. We discuss with Ali, and at the end of the day, I've been talking say we will come in governance, but that don't come BNW now. Now we to talk about Sierra Leone as a whole. So what you would expect for C, please, and this I will use this particular TV again for talk to Sierra Leoneans. Lord, we forget what you don't pass between we, you understand? Lord, we now a win, not a win for SLPP, but a win for Sierra Leone, because we get a government for we they cover the entire country. So as the case may be, the first paramount thing, and I always been the talker anytime we're going to media and that you cannot develop a country without education. And when it been a campaign, I remember one time we give a statement that one of the best way don't ever happen in life now we acquire the education after we hand over power and go empower ourselves with education. So I think now the best thing that any responsible family parent can want for left for in Pekin. So if we get a leader of that nature, we don't say over the years now this me benefit and this is the best way ever happen to me, and at this I want for me Pekin emanation. You know, so if you want that kind of good thing for your Pekin, then I feel say you want them for the nation at the end of the day. So what you want for see now that the country not going to develop without education. It's not possible. You understand? No sign of the way we get a developed country without, empower the people there with education, with skills. You understand? So the first paramount thing for make sure say we encourage, because we get a system already where we campaign with that. We go on for get a free education for every Sierra Leonean. That is why in our campaign will not be say for party A or party B. For all Sierra Leoneans. Once you implement that one day, once you start I'm going, then we'll go for begin encourage the comrade for make sure say, because get a free education, then we'd expect you the comrade for hold you picking a host for send for go buy pepper for do anything. So we'll get for encourage the comrades that this now opportunity for this country. It is when we make sure say we get access to a quality education, and because they provide a free education, then you go make sure say you empower the resource, the human resource of this nation. Once you empower, you educated, trust me, you can open doors inside this country and outside. At the end of the day, you're not going to even want for 100% rely on government. Because when you see these guys in the street now, then they rely on minister they pass you body. But when you educate them, you don't get an educated
team. So they get a lot. Before we Hassan Kanu, very quick, Emmerson, the violence all about the country. We see the very day where they announced allegedly there are issues around Sani Abacha Street. So the next day Abacha now go sell, with the fear that young people from the SLPP win an allegation because we were not able to prove and write it. And also the Kenema saga, we see police and all. To an extent now, there are so many video house has been burnt and all, with all length here. What are the SLP message towards the violence here?
First of all, you will get like a parable, you will get kanyana in your hand for it. You not go sit down and then put something inside it. You understand? We don't come off that long for achieve a victory for this country, not for we alone. First of all, if you watch along the line from we campaign, we know the condone violence. We not, because if we really na that kind part they come as a political party, probably something we not for don't reach you or reach you. But we endure over and over again and over again during the campaign. We endure, we avoid all that things. So of course, as a political party, the president, His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Marabio, not to that kind of policy way ready. I like now you way the work out. I mean, not go even encourage you by violence. So as the case may be, you see the office of the president don't put a press release. As a political party, we not believe in violence, because I always been the talk. The other time I go during the campaign, I tell people and say not to violence they win elections, and we don't prove them, because so. At the end of the day, not to violence you need for use for rule the country, as the case may be. If you want for succeed with all the good plans, so definitely as a political party, we make sure so we plead and because of course we all know the kind of president we'll get now. He tell we in the manifesto that in his speech after we don't know. He don't assume in office. It tell we that he will rule a country with a government will be a disciplined government where not going even want for control that kind of behavior with the go on. So as a party, we not to we face as a violence.
And name and shame them.
Yes.
Condemn them.
Yes. It rather unfortunate for all get them kind of scene and but thank God we get the police involved now. As the case may be, then they handle the situation and then they investigate. But trust me, that the Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Marabio, not to that kind of person we go one for control, then kind of attitude, and they trust me as the case may be at the end of the day. So as anybody where say a Sierra Leonean, we want to forget a government of the people, not a government of the Sierra Leone People's Party. As a party member, as me, they talk in the angle of the party, not get yourself involved here, because you will not be protected at the end of the day. Because we want to move ahead. We'll not get time. We'll get a president who don't promise this country a whole lot of packages, good packages. Get then time then for spare on that kind of thing.
Emmerson Kamara, we look at the meetings they don't begin get with the military and that of the PS. Let's bring Hassan Kanu very quick. Executive Director of Youth and Child Advocacy Network, Yacan. Hassan, we get a new president, and Yacan don't do for a very long time. Advocacy on the mouth. Yeah. People sometimes can look on us as a position, because you stand for what young people and believe in. Yeah. Your recommendation for start, because later we'll get for begin kind of question. But for now, what will be your few messages to the new president?
Well, first of all, I want to use the opportunity on behalf of Yacan and the board and then the staff of Yacan for, first of all, wish and the young people and congratulate them for them role that they don't play so far inside this particular election. And I also want to congratulate the SLPP for a very hard fight with them. Of course, this I can tell you what, if anybody will win this 2018 election gets the what we run for money, you understand? And the APC will lose, you know, then they run for me to present with the money, and the SLPP also will win. Then they really take something for wisdom. So I wish for congratulate them all. Tell you what, Bash, it's the second day after the inauguration and the swearing. It means to say we're not another 5 years again, and we just left 4 years, some months and some days.
Yeah.
I think so. Maybe what with that.
Yeah, definitely.
So
yeah.
we don't want that kind of situation wherein somebody they can be asked for more time again. You understand? Because you don't have no time. The moment they don't swear you in as a president, then that day you work don't start. You work until the next election. You understand? When if you go second time, then you go back. If you not for go, then you want the way for go. Then go why it's your own time good done. So I feel to say there is a lot in terms of getting Sierra Leone together, not all in terms of youth business we're going to talk about, but we first of all get a 1 month breakout in terms of economic activity in Sierra Leone.
As well as the education.
No, well, the education they come and go. Primarily waiting right now. All of it people they make great talk with me know for say picking and they on holidays because they may close down for the Easter. You understand? And therefore resume as soon as possible. You understand? It coincide with this particular thing. Where people don't even understand because some not even get picking. So they not even understand for say picking and really the holiday. You understand? And then they Easter break. When a way now the entitlement as students them as pupils for get a 2 to 3 weeks holiday, we for prepare them for go to the third term. You understand? But what we don't talk about is we get a 1 month break in terms of economic activity. What I mean, from March, people then begin fear for say election they come, then go do this, then go do that. People are really doing investment, we getting capital for go buy market all aside and come back and wait. You understand? So if you go down the market, so many things shutting. One of the things where I go today, I check for a particular drink at the supermarket. They say no day, stout safe no day. You understand? And then one or two things we ask for the market, they say no day because the people they're not be known for say this thing will take with this long. And it will take time for them to make the imports because we need to do an answer. So this is another big challenge. Education is very important. Yeah, I know they say the SLPP never puts attention for education, but tell you what, we got a huge part of we population we now a ready force, we ready for work. You understand? Then they need their own education where they need now technical vocational education where for push the middle level economy. What we need now for we country able to identify we for something, not over they just imports. You understand? You see what's happening in America, with America and China. When America slam a tax on the metal, then China back slap another tax on commodities that they import from America. And now you tell like saying America is super past China because America they do so many things the way then they send goes to China, but because China they take them the metal, then they envy to say well we can all learn also. So let we say begin to talk about that. Let we begin to talk to Guinea and say no we need to give them a wireless. Let we begin to talk to Liberia and say Liberia, no, we're not going to do for this. You understand? Then we go begin to see how the economic balance will begin play. But tell you what, we get the amount of young people that we get, we not to secondary education they look for again. They don't wasket, they don't sit down. You understand? What thing they look for, that's one thing we will make where they go learn and able to push their livelihood. This is the education we make. You remember the last time we talked now, so I tell you for say all through the party them, both SLPP and APC when they campaign, they don't give you one definite thing what they can do in education. They say they can't push education, they can't education. But what we talk about, so go watch we people them. Every village where you go in this country get a school. Whether the school make fine or not make fine, but there's a school there. We'll tell you for say there is something like that has been happening. What we'll talk about is that not to every district where you go, you meet technical vocational institute. Not to every district where you go meet young people and where they don't put themselves into association where they go do farming. So there's a lot of gap in terms of young people them where to want for a year now for let them tell for say we can't do this for ensure that we reduce unemployment. Now for let them tell for say we can't kick up the football. Tell you what, there is over 7,000 jobs just with football, not to all the sports them. Over 7,000 jobs where people then cut off. People then take politics and put her inside football. They come with malice inside football. These are things that we need. That's a part of education, you know that.
Yeah.
You get people that where they go Commonwealth now, when now sports professionals them. This na these are their own education, these are their own skill. When they go, you get people that when are doctors them, when they go, they travel with teams them, all that things. So we need all of these things. So me born I'm not just tell me for say education. I'm not gonna buy it. What tell me one, tell me who's education they can give. What's one of it now would expect young people now? Yeah? People that will say it's too early for begin all this government, but it's not too early. Of course, they don't pass 48 hours, they don't get done. Now it's time for you to hit the ground and running. Wait to worry and tell you, wait now the 90 days plan. The 90 days plan for young people, because we care about Sierra Leone, but we want a 100 days or 90 days plan, and then tell you what's they happen to young people. If it not change, then we'll tell you what to make it not change. But honestly, right now, I'm afraid to say, you want to depend on violence, they don't even know what they want. And they only depend on violence because they're idle, they're not going to they do.
They missed the point. I'll bring you back, Hassan, for that can with Abdul Kabia. Abdul Kabia, moving forward now, you know, whether you're from other people from 2016, whether from other people, and looks like you're from Ali Kaba and all. Moving forward now, we get this government at hand. And now then self-dom begin tell you about the transition process I get for good and get a committee. Later, the PS then go report we hear ministers the name, not as alias now. And that will take time. And rather you say we call the 90 days plan, but you know we do it now in an interview we then get to tell yesterday. Moving forward as a nation for young people, how the people at the provinces and youth them for benefit?
Well, thank you so much. And of course, we need an inclusive governance way. I feel it's very important. And it plays an important role for ensure say it make everything great in Sierra Leone. And Sierra Leone will become a shining light again at the hilltops of Africa if only we're ready for work collectively. And we need centers of excellence across the board. You know, say before this time we get the SLOIC, the Sierra Leone Opportunities Industry Organization, where we know say SLOIC they engage in creating products them in skills development, where like after the war it sustained plenty lives of young people. So we believe saying that thing for improvement now, because when you check across the board you get SLOIC within in all places in Sierra Leone. So you can use the existing structure here with they for ensure say it good. Then we need all them policies that we geared towards the improvement of young people for being workable policy. And we don't want to see that issue of young people and go to party office, sit down there every now and then they go party office. We want to let it die out. We want to let young people engage actively. If young people engage actively, that issue for the go party office, they don't. Then young people then go really drive the country forward, because research don't tell me and you see Sierra Leone's population is mostly youthful. And if we can only move forward, we need for ensure so we tap into the energy, the synergy of this young population. We need them the most. And this young population, now a population we're viable. Now a population we get the tendency, the ability. And we get for ensure say we make young people trust in their ability. Then can do one. If only we create the enabling environment. Make sure say we set everything we necessary for let them move on. And going forward as a nation, we first and foremost need for ensure say we bring all players on board. Key players. Then we also for ensure say we get a very good media. A media where we get people who can do praise singing at the end of the day. If you are a journalist, remain a journalist. If you are a civil society organization, work as a civil society organization, no can do praise singing. What we see at the end of the day affects we a lot, because you see people engaging praise singing, journalists become PR. Well, you're not good for with
and
democracy.
the public now can tell you say now journalists are
So
not
again,
party
people
which is bad for the job.
People will be vocal. We'll be vocal about to democracy. For ensure so with democracy thrive, take other path where at the end of the day it leads to something else. So no one foresee that scenario today. So I feel say this is a learning curve for this regime. For ensure say all them things then they posterity don't provide we a very good opportunity for correct the mistakes of yesterday. Where I feel say if we work collectively, would they put them out. We need also a media way free and independent. The media for work freely, deal with the seditious libel law, where journalists they only call for this time around, and where we feel say over the years they know they echo this thing, they echo up. We believe say if we get all the things are in place, like football, sports in general, the other disciplines them all necessarily not to do well.
Over 30 disciplines.
Yes, they're not to
and
bring
well.
laurels back home.
Okay.
We need for set of football clinics around, not just going to play football. We they match football with education. For able to strike a balance between football and education. Because at the end of the day, when we get Creed Bellamy Foundation, we see the massive progress we make. We make steady progress. We see a couple of them go play overseas. Rodney Michael, we play with the under 20 when they beat we won, was among host of other players them. We left the shores of Sierra Leone, go play with Creed Bellamy. He gets an opportunity, the school in America, then he can play. So meaning we get talents the way we will identify. Sierra Leone gets a rich pool of talented youngsters. What we need, we just need the structures in place. We just need to make football a professional. It's a professional sport.
And only for me, about you regionally party with you. Last thing, Emmerson Kamara. Emmerson, you talk about education. When people on the question say when it will start and whose kind of education the SAP government want for give. And we say it's not the other plan for young people and minus education.
Yeah, before we talk about education, you've watched the manifesto. We first of all highlight the aspect of the lack of skills. You understand, where they lead to the massive non-educated people in this country. When we talk about education, watching the manifesto, it is up there straight. We'll not just say we'll provide a free education for Pekin for start class 1 and done in secondary school. We also highlight inside the manifesto about vocational institutes them, giving trainings to people them. We are aware before we think about having a manifesto. We're quite aware that this country is a very youthful country. That of course the president, His Excellency, who gets now a vice president, and a very youthful people them. So at the end of the day, we not only think about education where they lead you to university. No, because when we talk about, my brother just when they talk about we need for talk exactly the kind of education. We know say when the country for develop, you need the middle manpower, not so that professor, not that doctor, but like the brain box, the engine behind developing a country. Now that middle manpower where they give that skill. You understand? At the end of the day, we highlight and very clear that we're not just based on providing a free education and somebody for go acquire a degree. No, but you find out say His Excellency, they stress on empowering people and giving people skills. That skills education, to me, or currently, you find out say it is very much important having skill education, because we know say when you get somebody with all their skills that they will rather somebody will just get a degree. We will expect say if I go sit down our office, you understand, and do paper job. Trust me, a lot of people, a lot of young people, like as they highlight this, now say some man not sit. Yes, we're quite aware that some man not sit in was 5 years back. You go find it very difficult for you drag that person back to the field of that formal type of education. But it's simple for that individual for make sure say you pick them from the street and engage them in a skill training.
And again, opportunity for making
for making life. You
understand?
So
in the other area we have to do with the creative art industry. The other time you realize that the music industry take another dimension. You know, the film world, the fashion, the copyright, the policies not the right way. To an extent, some artists get for sing phone, the film council, some come to una, some go to the APC. You see the mismatch. You know, how best governments get for do for make sure say now that industry they create more job opportunity for young people and more within sir.
This is the Sierra Leone People's Party in governance. We just 10 years back we've been there. We see how the late president Tijan Kaba rule this country. My brother and my left hand side, and they talk about inclusive government. We see him, of course, that's not new thing to the Sierra Leone People's Party when they talk about inclusive government. They talk about job opportunities. We're quite aware. Trust me, the music field not a new thing to me. I'll tell you, because one of the most popular artists them in this country will be happy for me, my own brother. I don't deal with him when I came on. You know, so we know exactly what music been deal with. Then we me been deal with before I come to politics, and what music they just after this 10 years. We know the kind of opportunity we they create for young people. So we quite aware of job. We quite aware say there are a lot of job opportunity in the music industry. There are job opportunity in the sport. That is why if you want, we get a rich manifesto. Now make when you asked me earlier on that would make have been confident enough that we would make the next government, and because we know exactly what in lacking in this country, and we embed them everything inside that manifesto. We end up for touch every life in this country. It touch the youth. We get for do music. We get for do sport. And trust me, if you watch in the manifesto, the retired brigadier, His Excellency retired brigadier Julius Madabio talk say, I think what he need for do when he talk about sport, now for make sure say he improve the budget of sport and make the structure in the. Yes, you ask the aspect of what you see now. Artists may they sing for we, and another artist may they sing for another party. Well, I think that just happened inside a regime we just don't. And we know they expect and foresee, and we not go encourage them inside the SLPP government, because we'll not be encouraged, and then you'll be find out say when we get Pakaba then as an SLPP.
It's like what this thing wasn't going to
you understand? But we need to encourage and even an artist for sing for we when within a government.
I will come back Emmerson Kawash about person with disability and the girl picking them we fall in our youth category. We don't have a plan for it. I'll bring Hassan Kanu again. So Hassan, what thing you can get for the focus more on we get new administration at the president day, but we got to take a time for put the administration together and all. But for now, he say one forget the knowledge. He call the PS them, he tell and say, una job them permanent. Me na 5 years I get. Now una they make me 5 years extend and all. So he encourage them for let them work together, let everybody not fear. Because when the message come on say, madam, you get the message today with the PS them, some man say they go do it by 6:30 because they may praise on the discipline part of them and all. But expectations are very high. But he still people impatient with them and all. From Yacan angle, what do you want to engagement them?
Well, first of all, we definitely get for we self get for be very very tight now, and not because of nice APP in power on IPC, yeah, but we get assignment they will not complete with the APC era. What I mean is that there are one or two things that we will look at for girl picking them, especially like the Child Marriage Act, where we talk up till the end of the APC regime, where the name for do. That's one of the things that we still want, we still call for that day. And two, we still feel to say the youth policy, it gets some gap where then gap then the one will look at them. And also we feel to say we need to look at the youth sector itself. And we need to ask for them and create me and one person where I believe for say me campaign what I can do. And then they ask for them and we'll make more office system. You understand? What will they ask for? Now for them they're able for the officers so they're able to perform. For example, what my brother talk just now for increased budget for sport. That's not what we need. That's a budget problem sports gets. Sports alone, football alone, they lost over $60 million when they don't make for themselves. Then they fetch over less than $10 million when FIFA they give them. Waiting they lost 9 big. Waiting, then they lost the money, then they lost the people them, and they lost the attention of the country. You understand? So it's only when you get a ready team. A team will look at Sierra Leone, they look at Salon football, and then push like what thing they happen at Ghana. I remember when the Ghana Premier League we they go AWire. You understand? People like can say no, put this Premier League the government business. Let we push the Ghana Premier League. And now the Ghana Premier League, then they even show them now satellite station them. You understand? Where if you didn't one village, one small village like Ghana safe, you don't need your team they go play in Accra. You don't need to follow the team. Just tune the television. You understand? Then they show. You understand? So it make you follow. All of them are also part of employment for young people. You understand? But like how they say, we really get an issue with some of the policies. Them we want to lay also the Ministry of Education look at the Ministry of Youth, because this is where we not able to get some right. Because when you go to the Ministry of Youth for talk about things that we're going to do with training and education for young people, they say go Ministry of Education. When you go to the Ministry of Education, they say well we deal with so many things then. You understand? So these are just one section.
But pass the minister give approval.
Fine.
When you go see the minister, when you go give approval.
That is it.
So you suggest to forget the directorate under the Ministry of Youth Affairs way for take care of.
I'm not going to suggest anything to this new team. We come. Let we get them a blank a spread of which I would say a blank paper. Anyway, let write it one for right. After all the rights are done, after 90 days, then we can begin to talk about what's the rights. You understand? But currently, I'm not going to say no, do this, no. What we say no more is that some event so where they don't scatter. You understand? We have a fair way for see how we pack them back. It's not about providing job for everybody, then nobody not get nothing for do. You understand? It's about people then able for ensure that they create a level playing ground so more investors then will come, so more things they go for change in Sierra Leone. What you want a Sierra Leone, not to a government job. Now job, we not say government job. So let us not begin to say, where say people don't kind of power, we talk about this thing where APC building power, say we want for them give people an ASM government job. No. We say we create the level playing ground. Let investor want for kind of salary, let it of any other kind of fear say, then we can begin ask me, then we can put me under pressure or all that thing. Let it have that free hand and able doing investment, doing business and pushing business go before. Let people then able look Sierra Leone and say, we go there for touristic purposes. You understand? With it, all with the bluff about with beach, with minerals and everything. What are we really doing with these things? Where we not get the mechanism for transform them to something where they will sabi for now Africa. So a lot of things that we go to Banjul, when playing in the Kano Banjul, then they come down in numbers. And at some certain point, you see say when you go to airports, the white man in the Boku they pass the black man because the touristic thing then they move. You understand? So I think that's the one for saying.
The investment in tourism itself now is very big to give young people and job opportunities.
Of course.
In name Hassan Kanu, Executive Director for Youth and Child Advocacy Network Yacan. I say we also get Emmerson Kamara, we now the Young Generation Secretary General, now the SLPP, and also Abdul Kabia, a youth activist, and also the head of media now invest in young people. Now take we final material for today. We'll come back and continue to talk to the guests. It's a youth encounter, and they come to live on Star TV on Channel 21. Me and Mohamed Basiru Sanusi. We'll take another material on the show and come back and wrap up for today.
To achieve these goals in the global, local, and regional levels, making your government accountable to deliver a fair and an inclusive society. Martin Luther King has said that darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. And hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. A world of solidarity, a world of unity is necessary and urgent more than ever. We need to unite and not divide. And the depth of our empathy, compassion, and support for each other is what makes us stronger. Diversity is our strength. Today, we proudly represent 85 countries in this hall. I'm honored to represent my country, Nepal, where the epitome of peace, Lord Buddha, was born. And I believe that we all are in our own ways ambassadors of peace, love, compassion, and kindness to the world. And it is not only a challenge and a shared responsibility, but also a moral obligation as global citizens.
Well, I want viewers to understand that peace is a process. That political parties, by definition, almost always grow out of tension. But at the end of the day, it takes leaders like us to provide the kind of framework that will ensure that everyone believes that their aspirations will be actualized by working together. So I have been putting tremendous time and energy in bringing about peace and unity to the Israeli People's Party, because only a united SLPP can defeat the APC and go on to protect our democracy, grow our economy, and make sure that we make this country a shining light on the hilltop of Africa.
I strongly believe that Sierra Leone will once again deliver free, fair, and credible elections. Though we still have challenges, our democracy is growing stronger. Our resolve to build on our democratic gains remains unshakable. And together, men and women of goodwill in all parties, both within and out of the country, young and old, in the executive, parliament, the judiciary, in every profession and field of endeavor. Together, this country will continue to be a beacon of unity of purpose, freedom, justice, and democracy. That's now we final material we take inside the program today. We are here from Jolly Amatia. Jolly Amatia, the president for the UN Youth Assembly. We also hear from Ali Kabar. We are a politician, and we happen to be the campaign chairman for SLP at the just concluded elections. And we also hear from former president and his bike home. You see, that's power, the present and the past. That ain't not be a message where you give it, the tell me they declare say we're going to forget on elections, tell about peace and tell about free and fair elections. Abdul, as we're about to wrap up now, a few things that we Jolly talk about is the proverb I used today. You know, they use dark for the get dark, now only light you take for do, as Martin Luther King we don't say. And also talk about how we all for be ambassador of peace. I think about tell you about education. I tell you it's a peace and process, and President Kumar tell you about we togetherness. You know, ex-President Kumar. As a way of wrapping up with all them bullet points here, what's going to be your closing courtesy?
Well, that just take from Jolly. Say we need to unite and not divide. A world of solidarity where I feel say each and every Sierra Leonean get a part for play for let this nation great, regardless of your region, your political affiliation. We need people with institutional knowledge for drive this country forward. If we say this man, Mr. A, now get the expertise, or we need for let we drive the economy, we for bring him on board. Let we support each and every Sierra Leonean, just like what Ali Kabaki say, everyone in, no one out. So with that kind of methodology, with that kind of ability, with that kind of spirit, we can make Sierra Leone rise. And for also see young people them for feel free for express themselves. Young people are also for use their vision as vehicle for actualize their aspirations. Because if young people are strong enough, if they believe they are drivers of change, if young people can get in that kind of space for ensure they express themselves, then this country go good. Then the empowerment thing, that's something we will get for the look at thoroughly for just say how don't they improve. We dey come back and do checks and balances. For now, make sure say, oh, we said this, we don't do 6 months. Now can see the progress how they make. Whether are we making progress or not? So we need a government where I believe accountability go be the order of the day, transparency and all. So if we work with entire checks and balances, I feel say it will serve as a very key component.
Anybody will waste money in the youth sector. No, we're not forgetting funding.
Certainly, we don't need plenty.
Only 1 year
we don't need
project.
plenty.
6 months, okay.
Again, we don't need plenty sectors them way go drive youth issues for. Like we get youth commission, youth ministry, and blah blah
we
blah.
Presidential youth
we just need
council.
That's too much. We can get a structure where we believe single-handedly go able to affair, go able to charge you with the affairs.
So one person will take account.
Yes,
We'll
for push forward, because if you get certain individuals here and there, they create problem. Everybody want for do this, and you're not going to satisfy all at the end of the day. But let we make sure say we get everybody on board. Then we make sure say secondly for let everybody get hearts to who side to do. Make sure say you do your bits and do them for Sierra Leone. You not to do for please certain individuals. The power that's be again for ensure say they work freely, no side nobody, everything for work freely. You don't need for go contact people already up there. If you need for meet Mr. X where they don't meet all things go well. Again, you know for be who that you know. Now wait till you know. Let's give scholarship to bright students them. Who can go represent this country well. Not for give scholarship based on who side you come out. Based on waiting that you saw him. We want for see that kind of scholarship where they give to people who are bright, where at the end of the day they go improve their educational life of this country.
In name Abdul Kabia, a youth activist and a lot of media now invest in you. Emmerson Kamara Slpp, you have to respond to the material we just play, and people expect big from the SLPP because it's on a campaign, we condemn a lot of things and we the past regime not do right. People want to for deliver, and people don't afraid if we're not able to deliver. What will be your closing message?
We always don't deliver. When this country needed independence, the SFP deliver. When this country been there for war, or make we get peace again, the SFP deliver. Now we just don't get past the threshold. This country need a lot, and that is why I tell you we get a manifesto where the president elects now, ready for work. We know they ask for time, like I even say just no more time. All what we want now a peaceful country. That is why you ask say you get a meeting with the security apparatus. Now for make sure you get a peaceful country.
Yeah. And let me apologize to the military for the press release we wanna be released.
You know, so all said and done, we don't pass campaign term, whatever will be in the talk, whatever will be in the pass and say, we send the message and the people then buy them. Now it is not about politics no more, but it's about how for work for the people then. We know, I'll just pass through this issue of sport where I've been talk just now. No, yeah, we know football will generate fund for himself, but when we say we want to allocate increase in budget, not only football. We know, say, we get other sporting activities for there. You make it happen. You get for put money there. So the increase in budget. So we talk about not only no money. No, it's not about.
Una go affect the Malis, the Malis. What about disabled people?
Yes. Before you go to disabled, let's talk about the girl picking away. Where you just talk. We get a first lady right now. We Nakumra. Trust me, before they come now, we just don't move from Radisson Blu to the home of the president. Before they reach there, this is not a place where always picking them turn the pala like an orphanage. The entire area, the picking and go in a possibly like picking the president have like picking. So before they reach there, we meet the picking and just don't to line at the gates and the wait. You know, so at the end of the day, we know impassion about girl child. We know teenage pregnancy. We get an issue of early marriage or all that in the day. In the campaign some months back, in a living testimony where a challenge the family from the family background we come out, that money go set him one for send them into an early marriage. But because he stand now one day because of the educational. I don't call them focus we even get. He want to get education. He want to empower himself, and you find out say he prove himself right to his family that education are the key. So we know what the education don't do for His Excellency the President, retired Justice Madabio. We know what the education do for his first lady. So that the aspect of culture, we know we would not just interview him. He talk about what in life, in past life before he be first lady, he advocate for women, he advocate for children. So at the end of the day, we want for when we want for fertility kind of thing, and they trust me, the aspect of teenage pregnancy, the aspect of early marriage, you can only able to down there with one key phosphorus, one key bullet, and the key bullet is education. Trust me, brother. There are other acts, and we can't ask them and other things. You understand? But when you educate, when you the picking consciously from in primary school to secondary school, you get a quality education. Yes, so you focus now.
What about disabled? Any plans for them?
Oh, definitely. Trust me, because
not black and white, eh?
Oh, my brother, this is not Sierra Leone People's Party. One country, one people. Down with Sierra Leone. You know you cannot move Sierra Leone forward. You cannot move a nation without you forget about disabled. Trust me, the disabled, the blind, all category of disabled, trust me, they within the framework of Sierra Leone. So if you want to get a successful country, you want for BM, then you not get for left them.
Let's say we're getting support. Thank you to Emmerson Kamara. We wish you the very best. And when I get for BR, we get for the check when I know what's in the ground, yeah?
Definitely.
Now we all we know to praise singers them. Hassan Kanu Yacan, you go now waiting will be closing courtesy as you left with.
First of all, I want to tell people and for say the issue of violence not for the pan governance, because one violence it push governance 5-6 days back could be in, because people when they get fear, they need to get respect for the system and they need to participate freely in terms of governance business. That is one. And the issue about girl picking them, me na one person where I can always say me na he for she. You understand? I don't always stand with the girl picking. I don't always make sure for say I hold their hand and I open doors for them. I still committed for work with everybody and anybody, because I don't always want to work with everybody and anybody.
Yeah.
You understand? And I still keep that the commitments there. And who side we get knowledge, you understand? Who side we able for pass on the information. Yacan is very much open.
As Abdul Kabia says, only for you region.
No.
If first they need you on girl child, Emmerson there, then go call you. Now that we send a SIP, then go say a Sunday.
The most interesting part about me in a Western area come out. We always don't be very much liberal in terms of where they think, who they talk, who they swing at any time. Who's how they say are the better option, we can always do it. You understand? So that are the most important thing. And also, this particular long holiday who don't go, I talk to parent them. They will not just forget to picking them. So many things happen in the Ebola because of the long break. Now this is an election break. We not have for say starting picking and not even for go school again, just wait school open back because of one or two things then. We watch we picking them very well, and we believe for say we get a brighter future if we invest in the UPK. So one in the education, and also if we get in the correct confidence where they need for grow and communicate with we back, because I ain't need for every picking you for assess some how it grow.
Thank you to you, Hassan Kanu. When I saw we go wrap up the encounter for today, thank you to the rest of the technical team, to Abdul Kabia Iyp, and also to Guy Babatunde Lamine, to Ezekiel Kabo, and also Suleiman Bulls Kamara. I will not be una presenter, Moed Basiru Sanosi. Thank you to my producer, Lamwan Ba, executive producer Mr. Philip Melvin. Thank you to my guests who joined me inside the encounter today. Abdul Kabia, youth activist and also head of media invest in young people. Emmerson Kamara, the Young Generation Secretary General and SLPP, and also to Hassan Kanu, executive director and founder for Youth and Child Advocacy Network Yacan. And to meet again, we'll talk about we don't say we say you know we'll take dark for the get dark, now all the light you will take for do that. Get a wonderful time and care for Watch Star TV on Channel 21.
Sierra Leone's ever-growing youthful population still continues to grapple with high rates of unemployment and other challenges. Despite the enormous challenges, young people are still working on realizing their potential. With emerging entrepreneurs and innovators, Youth Encounter on Star Television and Radio is a program that showcases successful young people, discuss the challenges and provide recommendations. Join Mohammed Basiru Sanusi PM. It's Youth Encounter on Star TV on Channel 21.